Hi, welcome to Coach's Corner. It's football season. The start of the high school football season is here, and this week Ponca City travels to Sapulpa to open up the high school football season. Our guest on our Coach's Corner show, obviously, is the first-year head coach of our Ponca City Wildcats, Coach Josh Allen. Not only is it Coach Allen's first game as a Ponca City football coach, it's your first game as a head football coach.
Yeah,
Pretty special, isn't it?
It's real special.
I would imagine no matter what happens, they always say you remember those firsts in your life, and no matter how this game goes, you'll always look back, and I'm sure very fondly, at this first experience.
Oh, absolutely. I'm ready for it to get here. Obviously nerves are big time right now for me, so I'm ready to get to this first game and get it going.
You guys, though, have really prepared very, very diligently for this first game and for the season. So from a preparation standpoint, everybody's got every assignment. We know what's going on. How do you feel about that?
I feel good. I felt like August camp went to plan. I don't feel like we over-installed or put too much offense or defense in, that the kids really do have a grasp on what is going on schematically and assignment-wise, and their effort and how hard they've worked in August I've been really pleased with that, and so I really do feel like that we are prepared for the task.
Your practices, your workout sessions, there's not much wasted time. You guys get with it, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I feel like being organized is on the coach's part, and practice tempo and how things go really is really on the coaches as far as taking the time to really prepare and plan for it. And so we take great pride as coaches to make sure that we have a good plan, that everybody knows what's going on, and that we are organized.
Let's talk about the Wildcats. Do you like this team?
Yes, I love this team. I really am. There's not much to dislike about them. They really, again, play hard. I think the Ponca City community is going to see a physical football team and a physical brand of football. We want to run the ball, and I think we're going to be able to do that this year. I think the defense will be much improved from last season, and so there's going to be a lot of energy and effort from the guys, and I think the community will enjoy watching them play.
Every coach coaches to his strengths, and honestly, we've had a very fine passing quarterback with good receivers the last few years, and so that's why we went out of the shotgun and we threw the ball just about every play.
Sure.
And now it's not really philosophy, it's just what you're playing to your strengths. Offensive line, a lot of returners, you've got some good backs, so this is really what you think the strength of this offensive team is going to be trying to run the football. Maybe the run to set up the pass instead of the pass where the pass set up the run.
Yes. Every coach has got to look at his players and find the identity that fits your team as far as what can you do the best. And you're right. Right now with 5 senior starters on the O-line, and pretty much really 4 of them returning as returning starters, there is the O-line needs to carry us, and they can, I think, impose their will at times, and I think we're going to be able to run the ball this year. But that does not mean we still can't throw it. I think our wide receiving core is excellent. Cole Nemo, Hunter Womack, Andrew Lesnick, Tyler Lee, Nick Hamilton. They're going to be able to, I think, attack defenses in the secondary as well, and really our quarterbacks. They do a great job. Heath Cromwell and Jake Didlake, they can throw the ball with the best of them.
And you mentioned some of those guys. I see those guys, and some of them move positions, but they may not be great receivers, but they're playmakers. They can do something when they catch it, and so a guy doesn't have to be a great receiver to be a great target, does he? No.
I mean, even though I think some of these guys really do a good job running routes and being true receivers, but you're right. With the play action game that we have kind of focused on, guys can get open and they have a chance to get the ball in their hands. We have some guys that can do some stuff after the catch as well.
Defensively, I know when you came in, that's what you heard about. Are you pleased the way that your defensive coaches have attacked this thing and the players have taken that on?
Coach Harper, Coach McHenry, Coach Rowland, Coach Dixon have done an outstanding job on the defensive side. I really feel like our defensive line is going to be one of the stronger points of our whole team, and there's going to be some depth there that maybe hasn't been there in recent years. So that is going to be a plus. And linebacking play and secondary play has been great as well. There's going to be, obviously a handful of guys that will play both ways. So we're going to have to be conscious as coaches to make sure that that they're getting plenty of rest and that we have the right guys out there when we need them.
Well, we talk offense and talk defense, and a coach once told me that you can throw everything out the window. The first game's going to be decided by who makes the least amount of turnovers and who makes the least amount of penalties. So
Sure.
It still comes down to somewhat execution and taking care of the football.
Sure. This first game, especially the first game, probably more than any other game, it's not so much about gadgets or great play calls or anything. It literally comes down to which team executes the stuff that they should be able to execute. As far as we can't have a guy mess up in our basic coverage sets that that we should know by heart and should be able to execute those things. But in the first game, sometimes you get some guys that don't execute things that you thought they really should have done. So the first game is all about basic execution on your basic offense, defense, and especially special teams. Many first games have been lost in that third of the game, special teams. So we try to simulate as much as we can, but you're right. We hope our guys have extreme focus in the special teams and can handle what's brought at them.
And you can, in scrimmages, you can simulate offense and defense, but not much goes on in the kicking game in scrimmages because of the risk of injury and that type of thing. So the kicking game, if there is a great unknown for not only you but for all coaches, is the kicking game.
It's a great unknown. I mean, we don't get me wrong. We try to go full speed and give scout team looks and such like that. But you're right. None of the two scrimmages really had any full speed special team action. So, and that's for everybody. So, it is definitely a question mark, and everybody, Sapulpa will be concerned as well. Every coach is concerned about how their special teams will execute on the first game.
Let's talk about your opponent for week one, Sapulpa. Speaking of that, they have a return man who had 3 touchdowns last year, returning kicks, and that's a big bonus right there for them. What do you see that has you mostly concerned about Sapulpa?
Well, Devin Swift, the guy number 20 that you just spoke of, is definitely a dangerous football player. He is very explosive. Can take the ball and take it to the house, as he's done in the previous scrimmage. He took a couple of runs and went all the way against Noble in their scrimmage. So he is very explosive. We are going to have eyes on him, have to contain him best we can. He's going to get his plays, but no, they're very well coached. Coach Goss has done a great job in preparing that football team. Again, they have an identity. We know what they're going to probably run on offense and defense, and that's a good thing. That means they're well coached. They know what those guys know what they need to do as well, and it's going to be a tough task. They're a well coached football team.
And from the win-loss standpoint, both teams going in feel like, although it is game one, it's a non-district game. Boy, it can be a springboard, or it can be one of those games that it kind of pulls you back a little bit. And I know you're hoping that it's a springboard game for these first 3 ball games.
Absolutely. They are, right now they're looking at this as a great chance for them to get a win. Let's face it, they saw last year's record and think that this is going to be a chance for them to get a win in the win column for them, and so they're going to be gunning for us, absolutely. And it's first game, a lot of emotion from both sides. Everybody's feeling good coming off the scrimmages. So we're going to have a big time emotion coming in this game, and so will they. And you're right, this can definitely springboard your season for both teams.
Collins Field on Friday night at 7:30, Ponca City and Sapulpa for the season opener. And then the good news is the Cats return home to Sullivan Stadium for 3 straight weeks, 3 consecutive home games. Coach, good luck. We'll see you Friday night. Coach Josh Allen on this week's Coach's Corner.